What's up?
Oh, I'm just compiling all the top sports scores, news, and odds so I can make the very best bets.
Me too. BetOnline.ag.
Join today and receive your 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag.
Hey, everybody, and welcome into another CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Qualia, sitting here with Mike Molyneux and Marvazon, like I do every single week. All right, so Patriots off season, so you got to start making some lists here. And Chris Sims decided that he wanted to make his top 40 quarterback list. So we're talking top 40 quarterbacks right now. He comes out with this list and puts Tom Brady, just won the Super Bowl, Tom Brady, number 9, which honestly, top 10.
Who did this list?
This is Chris Sims.
Sims, the son of Phil Sims?
Yes, yeah.
The one who didn't have a long career in the NFL? That same Chris Sims?
Yeah, same guy. Same guy.
All right, just making sure.
So Chris Sims comes out with his ranking, number 9 for Tom Brady. And number 10, mind you, is Drew Brees, who I also think is getting shafted on this list. Especially, look, when you see the names on this list, you want to puke.
Can you
want
please
to puke.
do the honor?
So let's talk about the names we're ahead. Russell Wilson.
Are you going in order? Is this number 8?
No. This is just the people who are ahead of him.
Okay.
So Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Andrew Luck, who just had his first healthy season last year in quite a while. Patrick Mahomes, after 1 year, you want to do that? Can I remind you about Colin Kaepernick? Or no? Ben Roethlisberger, big fat boot. Ben Roethlisberger.
And just like that, the guy's an idiot.
Wait. Every single guy you could have tried to you would have sounded dumb, but you could have made an argument.
I lost it.
Ben Roethlisberger?
Yeah, yep.
There it is.
Ben Roethlisberger, and I'm so disgusted by that. I put that in all capital letters in my notes. Ben Roethlisberger.
Unbelievable.
Matt Ryan.
Oh my God.
This one too, all caps. Now, mind you, this guy, since he lost the Super Bowl, really hasn't been that good. Cam Newton.
What's Chris Sims on? What's he drinking?
He's on the marijuana, baby. We're gonna be making that legal.
It's called that other stuff.
Cam Newton is also ahead of Tom Brady. So, he tried really hard to defend this on NBC. Really tried to defend this, and it didn't really work. I gotta say, his presentation, not bad, because when you're listening to him, it's like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. But then when you actually think about the words that are coming out of his mouth, it's disgusting. First of all, he throws out the laziest argument that you can make against Tom Brady that people have been making against Tom Brady basically since he stepped in the league. No, system. He's a system quarterback. That's what listen, if he's a system quarterback, and I've been saying this, I've been screaming this since people have started making this argument. If he's a system quarterback, why isn't everybody else doing the system? Oh, Bill O'Brien tried. That didn't work. Josh McDaniels tried.
Sorry.
That didn't work either. How are the Lions doing? Not good.
Matt Patricia, yeah.
Yeah, not great. They're trying to be Bill Belichick. They're trying the system. It's not working. System quarterback, make me puke in my mouth. That's a disgusting argument. So now we have to have the discussion here because we actually have to rank these guys and use our brains and not just come up with, this is a hot take. Hot take culture sucks. I've been saying it forever. I hate hot take culture in sports. It makes me puke. It's disgusting. So top quarterbacks in the NFL, where does Tom Brady rank right now? Mike, let's jump to you first.
If you ever have Tom Brady, and maybe I'm even being disrespectful with this a little bit, but if you ever have Tom Brady out of your top 5, something's not right.
Don't talk about football if you have him out of your top 5.
Something's not right if you don't have Tom Brady in your top 5. And I'm not saying Brady's been MVP caliber every single year the past several years, but he's still arguably been one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league. These guys have come around, sometimes have had one good season, one great season. Matt Ryan had a great MVP season. What happened the next year? Disappeared. Andrew Luck, like you mentioned, he was unhealthy for the last couple of years. His arm was no good.
He's barely been in the league. Like you haven't seen him until this past year.
Exactly. People
forgot.
He
moved to the Patriots a couple times.
Yeah,
that too. So Andrew Luck, I don't even know how he can really officially be in a conversation of top 10 quarterbacks. I don't really understand what Chris Sims is basing his logic off of. I wish I could have, really listened to and hear what he had to say. But the fact that you have all of these guys above Tom Brady, who stats-wise, he's always been at the top of the league in, completion percentage, touchdowns, yards over the last several seasons. Take that aside. We're talking about guys who have found success consistently. Is that even a question of what Tom Brady is capable of doing and has been able to do? It seems to me that there's just a lot of hatred coming from Sims. To make a list like this and disrespect Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, the guy who has 6 Super Bowl rings, the guy who has, about 3, 4 Super Bowl MVPs. How can you be so disrespectful? It doesn't make sense to me. I think Chris Sims really needs to look at himself in the mirror and check himself into the nearest, AA class, because he's clearly drinking something very heavy to make a list like this.
Just calling him an alcoholic. No, you know what? I just want to, before we get into a little ad read here, I just want to talk about, you mentioned Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl. Like, the Super Bowl hangover is basically what you said, right? He went to the Super Bowl, had an MVP year, and then after that, he kind of fell off. Like, how do you can't even use that as an argument against Tom Brady this year. Like, oh, they just won the Super Bowl, they're going to come in slow. Because, hey, guys, they've won it 6 times. And they've never done that besides 2002. That was their first try. They're veterans. They've done this before. Tom Brady is not going to come in slow this season. You know what he's going to do? He's going to go after ring number 7. Number 7. All right, Marv, before we jump over to you, we've only got baseball season now, guys. I love baseball. Not a lot of people do. But you know what you can do to make the games interesting? You can bet on them, baby. The Red Sox and the Yankees are headed to London this weekend. Confidence high, willing to place a wager, don't know where to start. There's only one place to get in on all this action. Grab the odds and allow the experts at betonline.ag to do the heavy lifting for you. Sports, live betting, virtual casino, you name it, betonline.ag is CLNS Media's preferred sports book online. If you are feeling lucky and would like to support our podcast / video, go to clnsmedia.com/petsrt and use promo code CLNS50 for that 50% sign up bonus. BetOnline.ag, your online sports book experts. Go online or use your mobile phone to sign up today at BetOnline.ag and try in-game live betting, where you can participate with all the action with every single play. Use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% sign up bonus. BetOnline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. But you guys already know that. All right, Marv, where do you have them ranked?
Mike said top 5. I'm saying in this 2019 season, you still have to have Brady top 3. You can't.
Where
leave
are the top 3?
Circulating around, me personally, Mahomes, Brady, and I'm a huge fan of Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson is a great quarterback.
Russell Wilson,
I
top
think
3?
Top 3. That's who I have.
Breeze?
Over Breeze fell off in the end of the year. Like he kind of, I know how great Drew Brees is, but towards the end of the year, we saw age really hit Breeze.
But
I have Russell Wilson.
And you're putting Mahomes up there based off his one season.
I'm putting Mahomes off his one season, yes.
Okay. All right, continue. Sorry.
Anywho, we can do a long list of quarterbacks.
Stupid list.
But Brady's definitely going to be top 3. And the key word that Mike was talking about is consistency. If there's one player that is more consistent than anybody in the NFL, it's Tom Brady. This man finds a way to win. He's not going to give you the fantasy numbers like Cam Newton, like Aaron Rodgers, like Patrick Mahomes will do, but he's going to find a way to win. Just look at the playoffs. The experience that he has. He outplayed Phillip Rivers. We can all agree that Chargers had a more talented team than the Patriots last year. I was scared of them. Outplayed that. He outplayed or matched Patrick Mahomes. We can all agree that the Kansas City Chiefs were a more talented team than the Patriots last year, right? And he outplayed Jared Goff, and we know that the Rams were a more talented team than the Patriots. when it counts in the big games, Brady finds a way to win. It's not always pretty, it's not always luxurious, but he'll find a way to win because that's consistency and that's experience. And you, like Mike says, you got to be on that other stuff to even try to think he can be outside of your top 5. And you have him at 9, Cam Newton.
Disrespectful, very.
Cam Newton's the name. Cam Newton's the name that I was just like, what the hell?
Like,
Ben Roethlisberger? What? That's crazy.
Yeah, like if we're talking like 2006, like maybe that's a discussion, but like, come on. Now, top 3 is right. Top 3 is absolutely right, but I struggle, and I don't know why I even think this because I've tried to talk myself out of this, but I have to have him clocked in at 3, and I've even tried to make up an argument why I could put him at number 1. I can't do it right now because in my mind just goes back to the start of last year. Because remember, we're talking currently, we're not talking all the time. My mind goes back to the start of last year and even points near the end of the year too, where the Patriots looked bad. And that all goes back to Tom Brady. He didn't look like Tom Brady. It looked like Max Kellerman was finally going to be right? He fell off the cliff. Here we come. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars game, the Tennessee Titans game, the Miami Dolphins, the Miami Miracle game. This team, right down to Tom Brady, wasn't playing well. And yeah, they picked it up. He looked like Tom Brady at the end, but who knows how that's going to translate into this year. So that's stuck in my mind. And because of that, for me, he comes in at number 3. And Mike, you went after Marv for this. I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes at 2 because I love the kid. I think that what he does is sustainable. I think he's got a rocket arm. I think he's accurate. I think he's a freak athlete. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. I think that he's going to be able to keep his stature in the NFL. I think he's going to be one of the best going forward in this league. And then this is the one that really pains me to say because I try to argue this all the time. I think at the moment, 2 years ago, no, but I think at the moment, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Ridiculous.
I do because his talent, man, is undeniable.
He can be more talented than Tom Brady, sure. But we saw what Aaron Rodgers, what he looks like when he doesn't have, the superstars on his team. He is mediocre.
Yeah.
We see what Brady does when he has.
But that's what Brady did. Brady last year was mediocre.
Brady last year at 41 was all right and still found ways to win.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We're talking right now.
Yeah, and I can't because I saw what Aaron Rodgers did with just okay talent. He didn't do nothing special.
Like we look at this Patriots team, and even before they made all the signings of Demaryius Thomas, what we talked in the last show about getting Josh Gordon back. You look at some of these receiving options that Tom Brady has, and there's years where you're just like, all right, well maybe Brady can make it work. Maybe Brady can make something out of these receivers that he has. You give Aaron Rodgers these similar teams, and you're thinking Green Bay screwed because Aaron Rodgers hasn't showed that he can take a team with average options and really carry them over to be a successful team. When Aaron Rodgers' receivers sucks, the Green Bay Packers go nowhere. That's not all on him, but if you have to compare Brady and Aaron Rodgers, we see what Brady does with some teams that he's had, and we see what Aaron Rodgers has done.
Right.
So
last season solidified it for me.
This isn't a knock on Tom Brady whatsoever, but when I see players step up like that, I give a lot. And this isn't a knock on Tom Brady, so I don't need people attacking me for this. Nick. But I give a lot of that credit to Bill Belichick and the coaching staff because they make people play at their next level. When people come into the Patriots organization, they're like, they want to play up to that stature. You've got the best coach in the world right now. It's not the system. Not what I'm saying.
I don't know.
What I'm saying.
Sound like a great system.
I heard a knock. I heard a knock in the background.
No, I'm not. No. I'm just saying I think Belichick is a big part in bringing these receivers up. And Tom Brady is too. But guys, right now, if I had to pick a quarterback to lead my team, I'm going Aaron Rodgers. I'm going Aaron Rodgers' talent. I'm going Tom Brady's mindset and his clutch and his ability, his pocket presence, his ability to read defenses. I'm going Tom Brady. But right now, if I have to pick a quarterback to start my team, I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
That's a different question, but I hear you.
That's not a
Well, no,
different
how many,
question.
how many receivers go to Aaron Rodgers' house to throw the football around?
Oh, hey, Aaron Rodgers is an a-hole. We know that. He's not a very likable guy.
Well, it is what it is.